It's the 30th of January, and news coverage today will be a bit spotty in various cases unless something else major happens because of an incident that happened late last evening, or actually early last evening, around 9ish or so Eastern time here in the States. American Airlines regional jet carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members collided with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter while approaching Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport near D.C. The collision occurred over the Potomac River and resulted in both aircraft crashing into water. Involved the American Eagle passenger jet originating from Wichita, Kansas, and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter that was conducting training mission at the time going forward. The exact numbers of people have not been confirmed, but at the time right now, we are waiting about 15 minutes until an actual update as sunlight is coming across on the East Coast, where they will probably change this officially to a recovery mission because they don't believe there's any survivors. They were able to find the first aircraft, the helicopter, fairly quickly, but divers have spent the night in cold, icy, dark waters looking for evidence of anything from the airliner which went down. 18 bodies were reported being found fairly early based off the data research I got to do this story. But right now, they're still locating survivors or looking to locate survivors right now. That this analysis looks pretty grim. The first responders on the scene dealt with cold, windy conditions and frigid temperatures and darkness, which you have in these issues. And so they had to make sure that the divers, the people doing the personnel to secure the area and to check for survivors, were completely safe in their initiative going forward. Pentagon has initiated an investigation into the cause of the collision from their part. Preliminary air traffic control recordings indicate the helicopter crew was aware of the passenger jet's presence in the facility, and even Donald Trump has even weighed in with some social media asking what's up with air traffic control and the helicopter. Why were they in the way of such a beautiful descent from the aircraft? You can take that. We're not going to get political or Trumpy in this point. We're going to take that as you want to, but we'll find out more details as I'm waiting in about 10 minutes from as I'm recording this. Probably not by the time you see this actually pop up in your feed for some details. So more details will be here today, but expect a bit of a dry day of news from the Conversation Project. Not that we are worthy of anything massive or anything else, as the coverage all day will be overtaken by what happened in this plane crash for today and probably well into the weekend, probably Monday, unless something significant happens, as I've been talking in my talks about unintended consequences. Something new pops up based off a new executive order. Something else happens of a larger catastrophe, which I can't think of anything larger than something like this. We'll be dealing with this story for most of the times. We at Conversation Project will do what we can to, put out other stories there, let you engage in them, see what other things are also conversational. But this is something that all the water coolers, all the diner halls, all the pool halls, if you go to a pool hall, basically everyone's going to hear something about this and kind of shake their head and wonder what's going to happen from this one. This is something we can all contend to. We send out lots of prayers to the families of anyone involved in this thing, including people who have lost lives in this, the people who have to deal with the aftermath, the first responders who have to deal with this stress of trying to cope with this stuff, and anyone who just has a heart for these type of things.